Hello, welcome to Solo Playthroughs. We are returning to Spirit Island. I am one of the most interesting things for me about starting this channel over the last few months and posting more videos is learning how much people really love this game. And obviously, this is one of the first videos. I think it was the second game I featured on this channel, so I really like it myself. It does take a little bit of a backseat for me to both Mage Knight and Arkham Horror, but I've really enjoyed seeing the responses to these videos and how many views they're getting, and seeing the excitement around this game that still exists. And I'm sure with the expansion due out sometime this year, I believe, that should continue to increase for a while. So here we are. I am not going to spend too much time talking about the game. This is the 7th video of Spirit Island that I am putting on this channel. So if you want a more thorough discussion of the game, please do see one of my earlier videos. I think the first Spirit I played as was the spread of Rampant Green. I was very fortunate to win the first 5 games, coming off a loss as River, who was overtaken by the Kingdom of Sweden. And now we are going to go to our 7th playthrough, and hopefully we can turn the corner and get back on another winning streak. So everything is pretty much set up except for a couple of things. So I am going to pick our adversary. So 1, 2, 3 will be Brandenburg, Prussia. 4, 5, 6 will be England. I've already played both France and Sweden twice, so I do want to keep the adversaries balanced, and we are playing England. All right, we will stick with level 4, probably for the next 2 or 3 videos. Maybe bump up to level 5 for the last 3 spirits, whoever they may be. England is it's a building monster, so being able to control its building is going to be the biggest challenge. It builds in places even where there are not any explorers there, as long as they are adjacent to a land with towns or cities. So it makes it really hard to keep them in control, keep them under control. There's also an additional loss condition. If any one land has 7 towns or cities on it, you lose. So when I first started playing this game, I thought that meant any one board. And then if any one land has 7 towns or cities on it, you automatically lose and the invaders win. So that is a problem. So the different stages are going 1 to 4. Level 1, the fear deck. Well, we won't worry about that fear deck. The fear deck is going to be a 4, 5, 5. So you already can see from that that again, it's advancing. Anytime the fear deck levels go beyond the 3, you already see it's going to be it's a challenging scenario, because you're not going to get those benefits of the terror level bumps for a while. So we have 4, 5, 5. So you have 14 fear cards total. Underneath the first one, first 4, I'm going to put the terror level 2 card. Underneath the second, the 5 after that, I'll put the terror level 3 card, and then underneath that, I put 5 cards on the bottom. That would be before the fear victory condition. All right. So the effects of level 1 are that invaders build and invader build actions affect lands without invaders if they are adjacent to at least 2 towns and or cities before the build action. All right, so that's rough. Criminals and malcontents during setup on each board add 1 city to land number 1 and a town to land number 2. The 3rd level is high immigration. We're going to put the high immigration tile on the invader board to the left of ravage. Invaders it's going to be another build action. Invaders take this build action each invader phase before ravaging cards. Card slide left from ravage to it, and from it to the discard pile. Remove the tile when a stage 2 card slides onto it, putting that card in the discard instead. And then 4, high immigration full. This extra build action is going to remain the entire game. Now that mechanic is brutal, because what you're having effectively now, and I think that for England, this is the biggest jump. That if you can beat level 4 England, a lot of times you're going to be able to beat level 5 or level 6. Level 4 England is just brutal. because that means the entire game you're going to have build, ravage, build. So what you can have, especially with England being able to build in a place where there's not even explorers, you could have literally nothing on a place. England builds, and then they ravage, and all of a sudden you get blight from a land that had no explorers before any of the actions went. It's rough. It's rough. But so we're going to have our work cut out for us, no matter who the spirit is that we pick today. Before I get to spirit, let me randomly select the board. A, B, C, D. 1, 2, 3, 4. We are going to go with A. I was hoping for D, just for no other reason that I still have ocean in my arsenal. And ocean does really well on board D. So we're going to look at this board. What we're going to do in land 1, there's not going to be anything. Land 2, we get our city. And remember, because of this, city does get... we'll go back to that next. So we'll do the pre-printed setup icons first. There's going to be a city and a Dahan in land 2. There's going to be 2 Dahan in land 3. We're going to put a blight in land 4. We're going to put nothing in land 5. We're putting a Dahan in land 6. 2 Dahan in land 7. And we're going to put, I don't know what I was trying to say then when I tried to say Dahan, but that's fine. And then we're going to put a town in land 8. Now, a reminder, we're going to go back to level 2. We're going to add a city in land number 2 and a town in city in land number 1 and a town in land number 2. Because we're playing with the branch and claw expansion, I'm going to put my beast in the lowest number land that doesn't have a pre-printed setup icon, which happens to be number 1 on this board, and we're going to put a disease in land number 2. We're going to randomly pick our healthy island. The top row will be 1 through 3. Bottom row will be 4, 5, and 6. I rolled a 1, so we're going to pull from the top row. And I rolled a 6, which is not helpful when there's 4 cards, but 3. Bing. The invader deck will be set as normal. Siri thinks I'm talking to her. I'm not. The invader deck will be set up as...
One moment.
Oh, boy.
Okay. I found this on the web for if you're...
Thank you. We are going to set this up. So I have my 6 level 3 invader cards. I'm going to randomize which one I'm picking out of this. 5 is out, so these go here. My 5 level 2 invader cards. I'm going to randomly pick one of these. I rolled a 2. 2 is out. And now we have our level 1 invader cards. And level number 4 is out. So the invader deck is done. Last but not least, we are going to pick our spirit. I don't even know who I want right now. We have vital strength of the earth. Good luck. So, we'll see. I will be surprised. I've been surprised before. But, you know, he might actually be better suited for England than I think. It's been a bit since I've tried this combination. So hopefully my skills have progressed a little bit to the point that this might actually work. The number one thing with Vital Strength of the Earth is understanding that he defends 3 in every land where he has a sacred place. The problem is that he's so damn slow building that it's so hard to get that presence out. Even though he puts out 1 a turn, it's fine, but it's like when you're looking at where it can go, this presence can only go where he already has presence. This can only go 1 away, so you can't really get around the board as much as you would hope. But let's read about Vital Strength of the Earth. A spirit of great and unhurried power, no joke. The life that earth yields up to roots, the ground supporting the life that lives upon it. The patience of seasons and of stone. It is not usually a direct benefactor of the Dahan. Rather than giving blessings, it prefers to work in concert with them, lending power to joint undertakings. Currently, it is trying to rouse itself to fight against the invaders, but this swift and direct action runs somewhat counter to its nature. During setup, we're going to put 3 spirit on the board, 2 in the highest numbered mountain, which is unfortunate because there was squadouche there, and 1 in the highest numbered jungle, which is a little bit more helpful since there is a town there. Yowza. Powerful but slow, blah, blah, blah. And you look at that chart, yeah, that's defense. The rest of it is, but we will see what we can pull off here. So here are his 4 starting cards. We've already talked about his special ability, and that's it. It's simple. It's a simple spirit. Another good one to get to a beginner player. This, lightning, are probably the 2 I go to most with new players. Let's see his presence track. So his energy starts with 2 energy a turn. It's not bad. And then you get 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. His card plays are a little rougher, and then he only starts with 1 card player turn, and then he can get up to 2 by the second time he has a presence taken off his track. So it does usually make sense that these are the first 2 presents you take off his board, because you really want to unlock that second card play. His innate power is a fast power. You can target any spirit. Obviously, we'll be targeting ourselves in a solo game. If you can get 1 sun, 2 mountain, and 2 plant once this turn, you can repeat a power card with an energy cost of 1 or less. Can be very strong. If you get 2, 3, 2 of those same elements, the energy cost limit is 3 or less. And if you get 2, 4, 3, the energy cost limit is 6 or less. So you are a little bit dependent on what major powers and minor powers you can pick up, because the ability to do something twice is very strong. All right, his growth options, you're only picking 1. Reclaim cards, and you can put a presence within 2 of where you already have presence. You can gain a power card, but you have to gain a presence only where you already have presence. And you can add a presence within 1 of where you have presence, and you can gain 2 money. His 4 starting cards. The 1 cost starting card, it has both an earth and a plant tag, so you're 2/3 of the way toward what you need to unlock your innate power. Draw the fruitful earth. It is a slow power, range 1 from where you already have presence, target any land. You can gather up to 2 explorers and then gather up to 2 Dahan. The other 3 cards all cost 3 money a pop. So you have Rituals of Destruction. That is the only one of the cards that has all 3 of the elements you need to unlock your innate power. It also has a moon and a fire. It's a slow power. Within 1 of where you have a sacred place, the target land has to have Dahan, though. You do 2 damage. If the target land has at least 3 Dahan, you do 5 damage, huge, and you can do 2 fear, generate 2 fear. So this is a really, really strong card. Now you can imagine when you get to the place where you can repeat this card, how strong that can be. This is 3 power. This is a 3 energy cost card. It only has the sun and the earth, a year of perfect stillness. Invaders skip all actions in target land this turn. Very strong defensive card. That is a fast power, if I didn't say that already. And this has water, earth, and plant tags. 3 power, 3 energy cost. Guard the healing land. Fast power within 1 of where you have a sacred place. Remove a blight and defend 4. Yowza. So, setup is done, skis. Fear pool. Am I missing anything? Nope. Think I'm good. Alright, we are going to do the final step of setup. Explore. It's an explore action into wetlands. So, we know that the Dahan are building here. Man, England is so rough. Target line is done. This is not the greatest of, not the most inspiring of starts I've ever seen. So the thing is, even if we move this guy, which I'm not even sure I have the power to do, but even if we move this guy, because he's adjacent to 1 city here and 1 town here, it would still build in the wetlands, which is gross. It's not going to build in this wetlands unless the event card has something to say about it, because that disease is there. Pretty sure that's going to be blighting, and I'm pretty sure nothing I can do about that, which is fine. So I'm definitely adding a presence. I'm definitely adding this presence. question is, do I want to do something crazy like get a power card? Or should I actually go ahead and gather... Not a sacred place there yet, but I can do it. I'm not gonna be able to afford. But I want to play these two cards together next turn, which I think I will have just enough money to do it. All right. So I am going to add a presence one away from where I have presence. I'm going to add it on this wetlands, trying to set things up for next turn. I'm going to gain 2 energy as a result of that. All right, we are good. That's for the growth option. Now I gain 2 energy because of the presence track, so I have 4 energy total, and I have 1 card play. I'm going to play Draw of the Fruitful Earth, and that only costs me 1. Do not unlock any innate power, so I do not need to put in the reminder token anywhere, and that is a slow power, which is fine. Now, where's my handy dandy? The back of the Branch and Claw expansion has the most helpful turn order reminder that I just like to make sure I have it within view as I play to make sure I don't make any egregiously bad screw-ups. Alright, so we are now going to go to the fast power phase. I have none, we're good. No blighted land effect. No event card. Sacred sites under threat. Invaders begin to find hidden places of natural power. You may. So the 2 options. One option is let the island strength repulse them. The other option is guard them yourself for well or for ill. Now, if you let the island's place repulse them, each sacred place pushes 1 city or town to an adjacent land. Remove 1 blight. Remove 1 blight from the blight card. No, thank you. Guard them yourself. We can. Yikes. So we can, in each land with sacred places and invaders, we can either destroy a spirit or do 2 damage, but I have no places with sacred places and invaders, so I'm going to choose that option, and we're just going to ignore this card. Guard them yourself for well or for ill. I'm glad I did not put a sacred place there, because that would have been actually I might have been able to destroy that. Is what it is. So Prowl East Beast generates 1 fear if invaders are present. There is an invader present. It's that city, so we get that fear. It moves to an adjacent place if it's not, but we don't have to move it. And the spirit speaker solve riddles of power. Each spirit with at least 4 Dahan among its land gains a minor power. I am not among the lucky few. Or, I guess there are no lucky few because I'm the only one playing. So no one has that ability. Alright, fear cards. None are earned. And now we are going to go to the invader actions. The invaders are going to build a town here. And then they are going to not build here. This disease token goes away. We're going to draw the next card. It is a Montagna. And we are going to add a explorer there and an explorer there. Yowza. They're both going to build, I think. Cards move over. The high immigration tile is going to be brutal. Alright, invader actions are done. Now I'm going to do the my slow action. I'm going to gather. I really wish I could destroy that thing. Really wish I could destroy this town because it's really going to make a lot more things develop here than I hoped, but nothing much I can do about it. I'm going to actually pull this explorer in because I can gather up to, so I don't have to gather 2. I can gather up to. And I am going to gather these 2 Dahan. Now when I make this a sacred place next turn, what's going to happen is I'll have a defend 3, and I have enough Dahan there that as long as there's no additional attack given by the event card, I'll be able to wipe everything out in that wetlands until it rebuilds again, thanks to the high immigration tile. Lovely. So that's done. That is the end of my slow powers. I'm going to put this here, and now I am going to go to the next round. Time passes. Man, England always just has that special place in my heart. So here's what I'm gonna do. I need all the energy I can get to do what I want to do. So I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna do the same power. So add a presence within 1 away. That's obviously within 1 away. That makes that a sacred place. I gain 2 energy. That's gonna get a little ugly. So I want to say yeah, we're good with this, I think. Okay, so I get the 2 energy from the growth phase. I'm going to get 2 energy from the presence track, and then I'm going to play 2 cards. I'm playing A Year of Perfect Stillness, and I am playing Rituals of Destruction. Now, I can't play. So I actually have unlocked the first level of my innate power. The problem is it only allows me to repeat a power with an energy cost of 1 or less, which is clearly none of my energy cards. So we are just going to be able to ignore that, and I'll leave my reminder tokens right there. So my 1 power will let me have invaders skip all actions in 1 land. It's not the most useful thing I've ever done, but I am going to have invaders skip all actions in this mountain this turn. So that would apply to the build that's about to happen. I guess nothing else would happen there. This is going to ravage. My range is only 1, and I needed to put a sacred place here. So that's going to ravage. Again, I have the ability to take ravage away or blight away later, so hopefully I'll be able to do that before we get to Blighted Island, but it is what it is. I do not have let me rethink this. I'm going to rethink my growth phase. I'm going to hold on to this card because it's redundant. These are already going to die, so this allows me to do 2 damage in a land that has Dawn, but I don't have any places with Dawn. So instead of actually, and I added a presence in a place where I already had presence. So I'm going to do the gain a power card option because I think that's going to make some more sense. So I put 2 energy back because I changed my top line action, and I didn't need that money now because I changed the card place. So since I'm gaining a minor power, I'm going to look at the top 4 minor power cards and hope for a really good set of elements. Alright, so right off the bat, only one of these has a sun, and only one of them has 2 of the 3 elements that I need. So this is another defense card, 2 fear, 1 away from where I have presence. If target land is a mountain or a jungle, defend 3, could be strong. 2 fear, and that doesn't do enough. Destroy, that doesn't do enough, and push doesn't do enough. Manipulating where that's actually interesting. Manipulating where the explorers are doesn't really mean much when you're playing against England on level 1 because he's going to build anyway. So you don't need explorers there. You just need towns and cities and adjacent places. So I'm just playing this one card, which means that actually I could have taken the presence from there and gotten another money, because the next card play is irrelevant for me right now, and stocking up on money might be a good idea. All right. So just to totally review, because I know I changed my mind a couple of times. Again, it's a really thinky game. It happens. Instead of adding a presence one away and taking 2 money, I gained a power card and added the presence where I had. And since I was still only playing 1 card, instead of removing a token from there, I decided to remove a token from here. So I got an additional presence from that. So I had 1 presence. No, I had 3 presents left over from last round. I got 3 presents and spent 3 presents on a year of perfect stillness. Why am I putting it there? I'm putting it there so I can defend that more easily next turn, without it having to have a defend. Because if it doesn't build a town, right, then I'll be able to defend against that 4 a lot easier with the cards that I have in my hand. All right, that was a whole lot. Sorry about that. We're going to go from there. We're going to go to the Blighted Island effect. There is none. We're going to pick the event card. Again, last one, we chose an option. We could ignore all the effects because none of them were applicable. So that actually worked out for us. And now we'll go to here. We are in Terror level 1. So it has Terror level 1 and 2 are the top. Terror level 3 is the middle of the card. So we only are going to apply Terror level 1 on each board in a land with exactly 1 Dahan that has or is adjacent to a city. Replace that Dahan with a town. That is so brutal. Has exactly. I'm actually going to do it here, which I know seems crazy, but that Dahan is very important to what I want to do on this board. So we are going to replace that Dahan with a city. Now the biggest concern is again of doing that is, again, we're playing against England. If they get 7 towns or cities in any one land, they win, and they already have 3 in this coastline. So, and my presence is all the way over here, because why? I'm the vital strength of the earth. I'm moving over there very slowly. Beast attack. Each beast deals 2 damage. Wow. So I'm going to kill this and just do 1 damage to that, because why not? And then remove any token that destroys a town or a city. There is none. So this city has 2 health left, so I'll put it on its side where you can see 2 cities, 2 buildings from the top. On each board, choose a land with at least 2 Dahan and at least 2 towns or cities. There is no land with that exact setup. Otherwise, we would have had to destroy a town or city. That'd be a really strong event card later, but it does make you add a blight, which also could be brutal. So since we can't do that, it's not applicable. We move on. Fear effects, there are none. So a fear card, we have not earned a fear card yet. And now we go to the invader actions. Invaders are ravaging like crazy there. They're ravaging here. Now we're defended 3. Why? Because I have a sacred place and I am vital strength of the earth. So the 4 damage England does is enough to damage 1 Dahan. Does not kill it. It doesn't blight the land because only 1 gets through. And they're going to retaliate and kill all of these suckers. And I get 1 fear for killing that town. Alright. Slow powers. I have none. I'm sorry. The rest of the invader actions. Getting way ahead of myself. I'm going to take this away because I prevented that build. The invaders are going to build in this mountain because it's a land that is adjacent to a town and 2 other towns and cities in adjacent lands. And then we're going to do the last stage 1 invader card, and we're going to do an explorer action, and we're exploring into sands. Yikes, and I am tossing pieces aside with abandon. Alright, so time passes. These cards are going to move over. Now remember, water is going to, the wetlands are going to build again and then ravage again. So this is looking rough. yikes. Okay, time passes. This Dahan heals. This city fully heals. I am going to. This is defended 3. That's ravaging. Can't gather. Alright. I'm going to add a blight here. And now there are 2 places that I would like. Oh, it's going to cascade. Shoot. That is cascade. And nothing I can do about it. We are cascading very quickly. It's fine. Alright, we're going to put this here to try to get into the middle of this planet a little bit, and hopefully the blight card is not awful. So I put that there. I'm going to gain 2 energy. We're going to gain 3 more energy. And then we're going to. I think I'm going to end up reclaiming cards next turn. Yeah, I'm going to need to. That's fine. And then we're going to place this 3 and this 4. This one on the board. I can't repeat that because I don't have a sun, which is unfortunate. So what is happening? We are doing fast powers. I'm going to remove this blight, put it back on the blight card. Defending 4. It's not ravaging, but it's defended. And then I'm going to generate 2 fear, which gives me a fear card, and then it allows me to defend 3. This is my target land. I'm defending 3 there. So both my powers are done. We're going to go to the Blighted Island effect. There is none. Wait till next turn. Event card. Farmers are seeking the Dahan for aid. Now the Dahan are uncertain whether to teach the invaders farming techniques more in tune with the island's life. We recommend that we can either spurn the invaders or we can teach the invaders. If we spurn the invaders, on each board we do 2 damage to Dahan in a land with towns and cities. We add a blight to a land with at least 2 Dahan and with at least 2 towns or cities, and towns and cities have -1 health to minimum 1 at the end of the turn. Ooh. Okay. I don't hate that. Entirely. Man, we are going to have so many buildings on this board. Problem is, if I do the spurn the invaders, I'm going to add another blight here. That's going to cascade immediately. And then it's going to cascade again. I can't do that one. So, doing the second one, I'm adding a city to a land with Dahan. And the next normal ravage becomes a build. Alright. So it's going to spare me, but not sure if this is the absolute best idea I've ever had. I'm going to add this town. It has to be a land with Dahan. I'm going to add this town here. And I'll just make my mountains kind of a mess for a little bit. And that's fine. At least it will compete with the mess that is my city. Alright, on half the boards rounding up, added these to a land with both Dahan and invaders. And that's fine. I will prevent the build in the land that I just placed another town. So we're doing the high immigration tile, so we're doing another build action in the wetlands. That gets a city. This gets a town because it's adjacent to lands that have at least a combined 2 towns or cities. We now go to the ravage. The next normal ravage is now a build. So we're building a town in this mountain, and then this disease goes away. And then we're building in sands. This gets a town. This gets a town. That goes away, and then we're in man, Earth is I start at the other end of the island. I mean, this is rough. So explore. I made a couple mistakes, I think, so far. One of the mistakes, I probably should have kept going down this track so I can get 3 card plays and unlock that. But oh man, that's fine. So at least there's no escalator. This card comes off the board and it's now discarded. Coastal lands are going to move here. Nope, I'm sorry. Mountains are going to move here. Sands, and then coastal lands. Rough. So we are ravaging in. I gotta get those Dawn around. So, reclaiming my cards, and I can add a presence 2 away from where I already have presence. I'm going to add a presence here. Nope. Yep. Here. And I have my reasons. I'm not going to be able to kill these guys anyway. I get to pick 2 cards. I get 3 money from the presence track. I want to pick this. I need to start utilizing these Dahan better. And I will pick this, which I should be able to combine fairly effectively. Alright. Oh man, I didn't do I'm not defending anything. Nope, I gotta do this. I gotta defend that. I can't let them ravage like crazy. And at this point I'm still holding on to some semblance of healthy island, so I'll keep that as long as I can. So now I have 1 sun, 2 earth, and 2 plant. I am unlocking that. I am going to go to they're both slow actions, so I am good there. We are going to go to the man, we had a fear card I didn't resolve last turn. Choose a land with Dahan or adjacent to 5 Dahan. That fear card would have been useless anyway. So that's resolved a moment too late, or many moments too late, but it was irrelevant. We didn't have a ravage round. If I tried to think through, I don't have a land that's adjacent to 5 Dahan. And the only land with Dahan that was going to ravage was this one. And we kind of wanted that one to ravage because I had a defense of 3 and whatever. But it is what it is. Oh, that's interesting. Cool. So we are gonna do the event card. We have no earned fear cards this turn. Heavy farming, healthy island. During the next normal ravage, each town does +1 damage. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Prey on the Uri. Each beast destroys a explorer. And on each board, add a Dahan to a jungle or a wetland with Dahan. Fine. I'll add it here. My cards next round. Yeah, I think that makes some sense. So we are good. Oh, by the way, so on once this turn, this is a fast power, so I do need to assign this to the spirit. The power I'm going to use it for is obvious. So since I have 1 sun, 2, and 2, once this turn, target spirit may repeat 1 power card with an energy cost of 1 or less. So I'm going to do draw the fruitful earth twice. And I'll just put that reminder face up as opposed to shield face up. Alright, this goes here. We are now going to go to earn fear cards. We have none, as I said. We go to the invader actions. Invaders are going to build in lands in mountains. We're going to ravage in wetlands. Now this ravage is 4. I'm still defending 3. It only has a remainder of 1. That's not enough to blight the land. This does blight the land or to blight that island. Either way, they're building in the coastal lands. So this is 5 buildings in this wetlands and 4 buildings in this jungle, or in this mountain. We're going to draw this card. Stage 2 escalator. The escalator for England kind of plays into, again, its alternate win condition. On each board with towns or cities, build in a land with the most towns or cities, which is going to be this wetlands, and that is now the 6th building in that area. The jungle is getting an explorer here and here. Alright, this comes off the board, moves over, moves over, moves over. So I am going to gather up to 2 Dahan and 2 explorers, and I can do that twice. So I'm going to gather 2 Dahan it's 1 away from a place where I have presence, so that this wetlands, this water applies. Now obviously I need to kill something in there. So 2 Dahan, I'm going to drag another Dahan in, so this is my target land twice for the same power, which I can totally do. So I've used my innate power. I'm not dragging, you know, I might as well. It's going to go to hell anyway. Yeah. I am going to gather all these explorers in here because that extra math might play to my favor if I just let that go crazy. So I'm doing, so I did this, I repeated it, and now since I'm targeting a land that's 1 away from a sacred place that has Dawn, I'm going to do 5 damage because it's 2 damage, and if the target land has 3 Dawn, it's plus 3 damage and 2 fear. So I'm doing 5 damage. I'm generating 2 fear just because of the card effect. I'm destroying this city. I'm destroying this town. That's 2 fear for the city. I get a fear card and 1 fear for the town. Now there's only 4 buildings there, which is, you know, further away from 7 than the other one that I had. Shoot. So I am build ravage. Going to do that's attacking 10 juice. Building, ravaging. conserve a little money this turn. And then I need to make sure those Dahan don't die is what I need to do. So I don't want to spend all these cards, but I don't think I have a choice. Alright, so we are going to add, I need the 2 money, so I'm going to get the 2 money, and I get the 3 money from my presence track, and I'm going to add a presence 1 away from where I have presence. I'm going to add it, that's going to blight, that's fine. I want to make a sacred place I need to establish some kind of presence over here. I'll put it here. That was a little crazy, but so I'm going to spend the 7 I have. 3, 3, and 1. They're all fast powers. The only thing I have unlocked is I can do this twice. I'm going to hope to get a little lucky with the the crazy thing is I could defend 6 here by playing this card twice. I'm going to have multiple fear cards. Play it safer, make sure you don't blight. Yeah, I'm going to make sure we don't go to Blighted Island. I think that's more important right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this card twice because I have my innate power, which allows me to do this twice. So since these are all fast, I'm going to do this right away. I'm going to generate 4 fear, which gives me a 2nd fear card. And I'm defending 6 here, and it's 1 away from a place where I have presence, so that's totally legit. Invaders are skipping all actions there. And then 1 away from where I have a sacred place, I can remove a blight and defend 4. I'm obviously not using this for the defend action, I'm just using it to remove that blight, which again goes back on the blight card. We are now going to go to the Blighted Island effect, there are none. We're going to do an event card. Rising interest in the island. Your island is unlike any the invaders have seen. Yeah, it's full of little white buildings, and lots of them help. Their leaders begin to take interest in tales of strangeness. You may ignore the curiosity, return the top card of the invader deck to the box, or weave lies in the minds of their observers. Return the top fear card to the box, which would be amazing for me. Especially as I have 2 fear cards here. The problem is I don't have a sky to get rid of, and I do not have 4 money to do it. So we're doing the top. On each board, add a town to a land without one. The fortunate thing is there is not a single board that doesn't have a town anywhere on that island, which is awesome. Oh, interesting. All right. So on each board, add a beast to a jungle without Dahan. 1 fear if invaders are present. I will add a beast here. And it's a jungle without Dahan. Sorry, without blight, not Dahan, without blight. There are invaders present, so I generate 1 fear. On each board, add a disease to a land with Dahan. I will add a disease here, I guess. Who cares? That is done. I am doing 2 fear cards. My first fear card, they're both level 1. Each player adds a strife to a land with, or that would have been huge. That would have been huge. Would have been huge. I would have been able to do everything I wanted to there had I picked different target lands, but it would have been risky. So, where are we ravaging? We're ravaging in... I'm going to put a strife here so I don't need to worry about. Yeah, so with or adjacent to a beast. So I can't do here. I'm going to do here so that next to average I really don't need to worry about making that a sacred place, because I really need to get more presents over to the coast. Yikes. Alright, East land, defend 1 per dollar. How useless can you be? We now go to the invader actions. Invaders are building. They're building. High immigration tile is brutal. Or ravages. We're skipping all actions there. This is defended by 1,000,000. This is going to blight. But we're still healthy island by some magical sheer force of nature. Alright, now, I swear to you this is legal. I looked it up. The escalator. The first thing you do when you flip over a level 2 invader card is you do the escalator. The escalator says on each board with towns and cities, build and land the most towns and cities. Remember, I have a Year of Perfect Stillness in play. That is my card that prevents all invader actions in one. Oh, I'll hold it right side up for you. In one land. I can choose this land even though there is a tie. I am not forced. This is not the Arkham Grim rule. I'm not forced to use this land. I can say I'm going to choose this land. That is the land with the most towns and cities. And invaders skip all actions. Now, not all escalators are skipped by this card. However, England's escalator specifically says they do a build, which is an action, which means that that is skipped because of this. If it said add, if it's anything other than build, this wouldn't work, but I'm telling you this is legit. Look it up. If you doubt me, and if I'm wrong, let me know, but I'm not wrong about this. I'm wrong about other things, not this. All right. Now, we already took care of the escalator in our own little special way. We are going to now add explorers, which is just awful. All the cards move. I hate you, high immigration tile. I was supposed to return one of these cards to the box, and they're both stage 2. It's random. It is what it is. Let's pretend this was on top. I removed that one. It's the same effect. Honestly, sands are awful for me. I don't know if anything would be good for me right now. So I'm not even going to look at what this was. I know it wasn't coastal lands. That could have really messed things up. Either way, we are ending up in stage 3 next turn, which is bad. Oh my gosh, I don't even know what is feasible right now. But this is a bad matchup, man. Slow developing spirit against level 4. I will smash you in the face, England. I'm reclaiming my cards. I need more money. There's no way I can afford 4 plays this turn, so I am going to add a presence. Ugh, man. I will make this a sacred place, I guess. We don't have to worry about any more escalators, but I need to start destroying cities. Oh, that's gonna ravage. Jeez. Oh, it's gonna super ravage. Eesh. Okay. Eesh. That's gonna super ravage. No, it's not. This is building and ravaging in the same turn. That coastal lands card really messes with you. So that's going to be a city there and then ravage, which is brutal. I'm going to add something in the mountains. I'm going to get my 4 money from my presence track, and now I have 3 amazing, fantabulous card plays. I want to do this. Just not getting enough money. Yeah. Skip. Blade defend 4. Okay. Oh, that's not ravaging right now. Just those two. Alright, we can make this work. I'm gonna do that again. And that, if I only play those two, I can actually get these 3 out next turn. Man, I need more suns. I need more suns. That's fine. Yikes. Alright. Let's see what happens. So spending the 4 I just got, I have $1 measly dollar. I do have the sun, the 2 earth, and the 2 plant, so I will unlock that innate power. And I'm going to choose that one. And I'm going to immediately do it as a fast power. And I'm going to generate 4 fear, so I will leave the fear exactly where they are. And I am in terror level 2. And I'm defending 6 times 2 here, 3, and defending 3 because it's a jungle, and I'm going to do that twice, so that is defended 6, which is great. Everything else is slow. My one other power, bringing a blighted island effect. We are still healthy by some magical nature. Alright, we are in stage 3. After advancing invader cards, invaders build in one terrain not shown under any invader action. Of course they do. Of course they do. Okay. Each beast deals 2 damage. Remove any beast that destroys a city or a town. This beast is going to destroy this. This beast is going to... I already had strafe, but that's fine. That goes away. Each beast goes away. And fear abounds. We get another invader card. Not another fear card. That's okay. On each board, add a Dahan to a mountain or sands with Dahan. I guess this is my one and only choice, and I'll put this here to remind me of that little messed up excitement that I have to contend with. I'm going to look at my 2. I'm going to take these. These are from, again, high immigration tile. I was putting discard here. I think it's confusing. I'm going to put it off the screen. All right, terror level 2. Each player removes a town or a set explorer or a town from a land with presence. There's a lot of options. Man, I really need another card with a cheap sun. All right, I think I'm going to do that next. Is that 4 going to be enough? Probably not. Not unlocking the energy cost limit of 3, but I haven't been able to save money because I've been chasing this disaster the whole time. All right, each is an explorer or a town. There's really no easy answer as to what to do here. I'm gonna do this. No, I don't have I don't have second place there. I'm gonna do this. And it's removed, it's not destroyed, so I don't generate a fear. Alright. Each player may gather one explorer or town into a coastal land, defend 2 in all coastal lands. If I move this in here, I can reduce the number of cities built on the board. So I think that makes some sense, because right now controlling cities is everything. It's going to get back up to 6, but I'm going to destroy 5, so whatever. Alright, my only chance of beating this is terror level 3, and it's going to be a miracle. So, fear cards are resolved. We're now going to build in coastal lands. This was defended, so we're going to leave that token because it's still defended. So we're building this. We're building this. I know that's a city, and I basically prevented the city being built here to build it there because I know I can do 5 damage there this turn. And we're building this. We're ravaging. This is defended. There's only 1 damage. It doesn't do anything. We're building in sands. We build this town, and we build this town, and then we do this. Alright, we're exploring into the jungles. I'll do that first, and then exploring into the sands. That's going to be a lot of back stuff. So we're doing a build action in 1 terrain not shown under any invader action. So take your pick. I can't do it in wetlands because we would die. So I have to do it in the mountains. Cities everywhere. So now I'm going to do 5 damage here. Killing this town, this city, this town, because I have 3 Dahan there. So I'm going to generate 2 fear because the card says so, and another 3 because of the buildings that were destroyed. That is done. My slow actions are done. I'm grabbing these cards. They go hither. Ish. Put a presence 1 away, so I'm unlocking 4 or 6. That's 6 money a turn, which could be really big. Definitely need to get another power card soon, but I don't think I'm gonna be long for this game. Getting to the point where you can do the second innate power and you're doing a You're Perfect Stillness and you're doubling it and doing it twice a turn is so big. I'll have a better chance of doing it once I have this card back in my hand and I'm getting 6 money a turn, because then I'll have the 2 suns. But you know, oh man. I will put this presence. I'm going to gain the 2 money, so that's the growth action I'm doing, and then I'm going to get 6 money because of. Oh wait, if I'm getting that 6 money, you know what? I'm going to get that 6 money, which gives me enough money to do what I need to do, and I'm going to gain a power card. So I got to put this on a land where I already have a presence, which is perfect because that's going to build, and then Ravage will build. It's going to build twice. Oh, gee. Yeah, we're building twice in jungles. It's great. I'm getting a major power because I need it. Oof. I'm kind of hoping for a miracle right now. I just need all the destruction in the world. Huh. Okay. This one has all of the things I need. I'm going to take it. Alright, now I'm spending the 7. So 3, 3, and 1. I can repeat the oneer because I have the, again, 2 Earth, 2 planets, and the Sun. That's a slow power, so I will repeat that during the slow power phase. I am going to remove a blight and defend 4. Make sure that doesn't cascade. I'm going to have invaders skip all actions here. I mean, right now it's just a miracle that I am still Healthy Island. Is really what's happening right now. So we are gonna go to Blighted Island effect. There is none. Event card. We did this awesome effect already. Event card. Missionaries arrive. Of course they do. Those jerks. I'm reclaiming my cards anyway, right? Alright, cool. Oh, I have no money. Jesus. It's 0 money. That's awful. For each board, discard the top minor power. If it has a sun, push 1 explorer from a land. Oh, I have to forget a card too because I took a major power. I will forget Dark and Tangled Woods. And these are major powers, so I will put them in the right deck. England's got me all discombobulated, people. Oh, I hated this matchup when I saw it. Alright, for each board, just gonna talk about if it has a sun, push 1 explorer from a land with Dawn, otherwise replace 1 explorer with a town. Ugh. Or 1 Dawn with a town. Resolving this card, return it to the event card at the bottom 2. Ooh. Actually, would be awful. So if I had 4, it'd be amazing, but I don't, and I can't forget any of these cards. So I'm not even gonna think about it. If I had 1 more money, I could discard this. I'm clearly not throwing this away. It's the major power I just got, and then I get credit for 1 having this sun. And I would be good. So remember, when aided by, for people that don't know, if you're watching this, you probably do know, but I'm going to be thorough. So again, I could curse the tongues of the foreigners. Cost is 4 energy per player, aided by sun. When something's aided by, you look at the element. For each element you have of that sort in play, you get credit for 1. So I would only need 3 more energy. For each power that you have in your available powers and you discard to your used powers, that's 2. And for each power you have that has an element that you forget and toss out of the game, that's 4. So the only way I could get to 4 suns would be to be forgetting this power, and right now I'm just going to bounce it because it's fun, but I don't want to forget this power. It's too good and ultimately will not help me win this game, although I think that's already a lost cause. Anyway, each beast destroys a explorer. Add a beast to a board that doesn't have one. Remember, I had 2 boosts. They both destroyed towns last turn, so now I'm going to add a beast to a board. I'll add it here because why the heck not? Alright, event card is done. We're going to satisfy the only fear card we've earned for this round. Each player removes up to 3 health of invaders from a land with disease. I have no disease on the board. Flee the pestilent land. The disease, or I remove 1 explorer from an inland land. Fine, I'll remove this explorer because I can. Man, these fear cards are sometimes so helpful and sometimes such a miss, but that's fine. We are gonna do a build action. Building there. We're gonna do a ravage action. No actions are happening there, so I will actually leave this. This is going to blight. Still Healthy Island because it's fun. And then we're going to build. We're going to build in the jungle. So that goes there. Another city on the board. And then we're going to skip actions there. And we're going to build another city here. There are not 7 in any one place, is all I can say. And then we're going to explore into the wetlands and the montañas. Man. You're all lucky there's no adversary of Spain, because I'm sure my dorkiness would just overwhelm you. Alright. This. We are now. There's a lot of buildings on the board right now. I mean, it's kind of impressive. Watch solo playthroughs. See how much plastic you can get on one little board. We are now going to do this twice. The draw of the fruitful earth. I am going to. I don't even know. I mean, they're building here and here. Building and ravage. I mean, what is actually happening on this board right now? Oh man. So I can do it twice. I can do it in 2 different target lands. I just, who cares? Is really where I'm at. I'll grab that because I can. And my sacred places are so overwhelmed right now, it doesn't even matter. And I will leave. So I'm only really doing it once. Oh, they shouldn't have explored there. So this should go away. Because there was a wilds. So fine. I'm going to bring in. So I can gather 2 explorers and 2 Dahan. So I gathered a Dahan, and I'll gather a total of 4 explorers because I can, and why not? Try to lessen the load and the rest of this awfulness. Alright. We're good. Enemy phase. Enemy phase. It's not Arkham. It feels like Arkham right now, because it is a horror. Alright, we're going to go to the growth phase. Man, if I could just survive these next 3 cards, I would feel like I accomplished something amazing right now. I reclaim my cards, which I did. I'm going to add a presence to the board, and I will add it. Does it matter? Probably not. I will add it here. I'm going to let me repeat a power, which is interesting. Sure. I'm going to get 7 money for my presence. I'm going to spend it immediately on these 3 cards. I actually have unlocked the 2nd level, so I get to repeat a power with an energy limit of 3. I will repeat that power of skipping all actions, and I'm going to skip all actions here and here. I'm going to go bladed, but I mean, that was bound to happen at some point. So there and there. This action is done. We are now going to go to the event card. Wow, 3 fear away from awesomeness. It's great. Healthy island. In each land with at least 2 explorers, push 1 to an adjacent land without invaders. Well, about that. Yeah, I can't. Yes, we're good. On each board, push one beast to an adjacent land with no blight. It deals 1 damage there. All right. No blight, 1 damage. That's great. During Ravage in every land, defend 1 per Dahan. That almost was good. But, not quite. So, we are going to do the high immigration build, but no action, no action. We're going to do a Ravage, no action, no action. Thank you, a year of perfect stillness. But we are ravaging here. We are now blighted. It is rough. Ish. So each spirit gains 1 plus energy and plus 1 card play. There is 2 blight on there. That sucks. Now there's 1 blight on there because that happens. So I have my first destroyed presence of the game. We're building. We're gonna build everywhere. So this is now the 5th building in this. It's the 6th building in this one. It is the 5th building in this one. And it is the 2nd building in this one. We are now just going to do 5 damage here because there's 3 Dahan. So that's 2 fear plus another 3 fear. So there will be a total remainder of 2 and a fear card earned. And then I can gather up to 2 explorers and 2 Dahan. I will gather. Oh shoot, I never did the explorer. We're exploring into mountains and jungles. So here's a jungle, here's a jungle, here's a jungle. So sometimes you can see the victory coming from a mile away in this game and just play out the string for another 45 minutes, and sometimes you can see the devastating defeat that is about to be unleashed on me. Yeah, this city and town, these are the 2 I destroyed. With the rituals of destruction, gathering dawn. Alright, the cards can move over. Get them all verklempt. Is that the right word? I don't know. I'm going to gather these 2 here because I can, and I'll leave that there because I can. Alright, actions are done. I'm going to add a, it's a slow power. You gotta be kidding me, dude. Where are we ravaging? This is where the fun starts, when you start ravaging in 4 lands. Man. But never fear, guys. I get the +1 energy because of the blight card. Wow. Yeah, I need to reclaim my cards just for kicks. And I'm gonna add a presence. I'm gonna add it. Here because it looks pretty, and I'm going to get 9 money thanks 8 for my track, which is maxed out, plus the blight card. And I'm going to knock over my microphone. Let me do that. Then I need fast actions. That. And the oneer. I unlock this again, which means I will put it there, which means I can skip actions in 2 places. I will skip actions. Oh, there's my 9 money. 3, 9. I'm going to skip actions. It's not gonna matter. Huh. Interesting. I'm going to skip actions here. Yeah, end of last turn. No, sorry. At the end of last turn, I gathered 2 Dahan here. That made no sense. And that was the last thing that happened last turn, so there was no new information. I'd actually, understanding that was gonna blight, I'm going to gather 2 Dahan into here. Why not? Alright. So the one from the mountain and one from the wetland that originally had 3. So we are going to do our blighted island effect. There is none. Now, I could do a 4th card play because of our wonderful generous blight card, but I do not have another card to play. No, I don't have another energy to play, and both cards in my hand cost at least 3. So we are going to do the event card. Slave Rebellion card. Only play against France. Should have taken that out of the game to start. Stage 3. Invaders do +1 damage per land when ravaging. Not gonna matter. It's fine. We're gonna do on each board add a disease to a jungle wetland with the most towns or cities. I'm going to add a disease to the jungle or wetland with the most towns or cities. Oh, we're going to die. Nope, we're skipping actions there. This is so absurd that I haven't done yet. So that's going to be this one because it has 5. And we are on each board remove 1 blight from a land with at least 2 Dahan. Oh, that goes back on the card. Look at us. But once you're blighted, you can never go unblighted. We are going to do the first event card, Terror level 2. Each player may replace a town with a explorer in a coastal land. Sure. Coastal land. Come on, battle strength of the earth. You can do it. Now we're going to do the invader actions. We're building here. I'm doing the jungles first, and here. We're building in the sands here and here. We're ravaging. We're skipping actions here. We're skipping actions here. We're ravaging. This goes away. The blight goes back on the board. Wow. That blight kept me alive. And I guess remove. Yeah, I guess I didn't even realize the event card was going to keep me alive. I forgot that the last play was it. But we lived to fight another day, and then we're ravaging here. I'm defended 3 because of my sacred place. The explorers are attacking 1 each. That's 4, so there's 1 wound. So 1 of the Dahan are damaged, and then they retaliate with 4, and all of the explorers are dead. We are going to build. No actions there, but we are going to build a city here. We're going to build a city here. This is so absurd. And we're building a town here. We are then... The wetlands are clean, though. I want everyone to take note of how beautiful this. I have no invaders on one land. So we built everything that needed to be built. Right. Now we're going to explore. We're exploring into wetland. Ah, it's rough. Skipping actions there, but exploring into the jungle. So the jungle's had a build, and an explore, because clearly high immigration tile makes everything lots of fun, just like the rubber ducky in the bath time. All right. Oh, I so want to get through these last 2 cards, but there's no way in the world that's happening. So, Twisted Flowers Murmur Ultimatums, which is such a weird card. But the target level, any target is invaders. I can remove terror level 2. Terror level is 2 or higher, so I can remove 2 invaders. And again, invaders are explorers, towns, or cities. I don't. I mean, okay. So I'm going to target this one because it is 1 away, within 1 of a sacred place. I'm going to do 4 fear, so I'm going to leave the fear where it is and generate a fear card. I add a strife. This strife I will put under one of these towns, and then I'm going to remove these 2 cities. Now, since I'm just removing them, I'm not destroying them, so I don't generate fear. If you have 3 moons, 3 plants, and 2 air, you would actually do +3 fear, and then before the level check, and then do 3 damage, which is really strong. But unfortunately, I do not have. I'm missing a moon and the air and the plant. I'm missing all of it. I don't know what I'm talking about. So that is done, and then we're going to do Draw of the Fruitful Earth, which is going to allow me to gather these 2, and this one. No, I probably shouldn't do that. These 2 into there, just because I want to see how pretty that place looks. Wait, strife. No, I can't. So the sacred place actually is defending that for next turn, which is pretty cool. I mean, what is happening? So I'm just gonna gather to 1, and I'll leave this guy here because, yeah, that's all I need to do, really. Cool. We're going to. Man, if you're still watching this video, I love that because this is as close to a train wreck as they come, but still managing to survive. Like, seriously, if I can get through these last 2 things, I will be so happy, and consider that an epic victory. Oh, there's so many things on this board right now. It's crazy. All right, we are going to. I'm not gonna be able to skip. I have to reclaim my cards. I don't have a choice, which is nasty. So I got my 9 because it's 8 plus the 1. I'm gonna put this on the board. Any old where. I have to play the card that allows me to remove a blight, or I am toasty toast. These 2 come back. So I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play this, and then what do I need? I'll play this because I can. So that gives me, again, the 2/3/2 that I need. Each of these costs 3. I'm going to do this one twice. Does nothing have 7? 5. 5. Oh, this is so crazy. This is like maximum crazy. I'm gonna have to do this one twice. So this has to skip because it's gonna build, and if it builds, that'd be the 7th building, and I would auto lose. This, and it is ravaging. This is actually defended. that ravaged, it would cascade. I'm going to make no actions here. I'm not sure this is enough to do it, but I can't think about it anymore. And then I'm going to remove a blight, one away from where I have a sacred place, and I'm going to defend 4. Alright, so those are my fast actions. We're now going to go to the blighted island effect. There is none. We're going to grab this. Healthy island. Nope. Blighted Island. Each spirit chooses independently. We can destroy 2 of our presence. We can forget 2 of our powers, or we can take 1. I'm not taking a blight from the blight card, so I will destroy 2 of my presence. That sucker's building again there. You gotta be kidding me. Alright, I'm gonna take it from the sands because who the heck cares about the sands? That's fine. I can't forget my powers, and that's what's up. Can I? I probably could, actually. No, I can't. I have no way of moving Dahan around. We're good. So, Blighted Island is a power fades. Blighted Island, sand fever outbreak. On each board, add a disease to the sands or mountains with the most towns or cities. That is definitely this one. It has 6. Each spirit with at least 2 Dahan among all its lands. I gain an energy, kids. That's so exciting. Oh. Hey now, I might be able to play. I would be able to do the... I get to the final... If I survive into this, it's going to be so amazing. Alright. So that's done. We're going to do the top fear card. Terror level 2. Each player has a strife in a different land with at least 2 invaders, and each invader takes 1 damage per strife that it has. To a different land with at least 2 or more invaders. Oh, there's a disease there. There's a disease there. I'll put it here because why not? Oh, that's right. I'm taking this turn. All right, so we are doing the invader actions. This disease was kind of stupid. I mean, again, the fear cards have just not been what I exactly needed to had any chance in this game, but that's fine. So we're skipping actions there. So no build. We're skipping actions there. We have a disease here, so that build is skipped. We're building here. We're ravaging, skipping. This is defended, but not enough. So that blights. This has a defense of 3. It only attacks 4 because the strife reduces that amount from the attack. And then the Dahan retaliates 6. So one of the Dahan is hurt because it attacked 4. 1 got through because I was defending 3. And then the strife negated the attack of this town. Dahan retaliating 6, and now the jungle's clear, guys. It's amazing, and I get 2 fear, and I get another fear card, and we're terror level 3. All right, we only need to beat 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 13 cities off the board, and we're gonna win. This is amazing. Wow. All right, so ravaging is done. We're building. Of course we're building here because, I can't have a land that's cleared out for more than 5 seconds. We're building the 6th building there, and we're building a city here. So now we have 15 cities to contend with. This is the craziest thing. I'm sorry. I know I've said the word crazy at least 100 times. And now we're exploring. So here's the deal. We are exploring. I don't think I've ever lost this way. It's gonna be amazing. These are gonna move forward. And then we're going to do this. I can do 5 damage in a land with Dahan because I have 3 Dahan here. So I'm going to destroy this and this. I get 2 fear for the card and then 3 more because of the buildings I destroyed. So I actually have 2 fear cards that are earned for next turn. Dude, we're going moral victory here. I'm not big on moral victories, but this is going to be amazing if we pull this off. So I'm going to reclaim cards because there's no point in doing slow powers right now because this is it. Because that's it. That's all she wrote. Game over. Let me gain a major power so I have a card to throw away. And I'm going to put I have no spirit to put on the board. Fast powers, please. Alright, these major powers aren't gonna help. I'm gonna have 10 money. Yep, no dice. I'm gonna do what I did last time. So when you draw a major power, you can forget the card that you just kept. So I'm just gonna forget the card that I kept, which is fine. I'm gonna take my 10 money, and I might as well play it all, even though that card's useless. Jeesh. And 3. I unlock the second level of my power again. I'm going to say invaders skip all actions in 2 locales once again. This build is going to be prevented. I haven't had anything that says ignore disease do. This build is only going to be 6. This build is only going to be 6. Nothing's building twice this turn, which is crazy. So then I just really need to worry about the ravaging. So they're going to skip all actions here. This is oddly close to being defended. If I had that card that allowed me to do 5 damage in a wetlands, that would have been the one reason why. But I really need to double up on this. This is defended 3. So I'm going to say skip all actions here. And then we're going to this is defended 3. I will defend this 4 and remove a blight. So the wetlands are good. The only thing that's going to ravage, yeah, I'm not going to actually put, this is crazy. So this is done. All my fast powers are done, and now we play out the string. We go to the event card. Blight on the east board, add 1 blight to a land with 2 blight, but do not cascade. Oh, it's so gross. That's so gross, man. We were gonna do it. We were gonna get to the end and lose that way. Man, there's no even, you can't cancel it. You can't do anything. Ah, that's where the blighted island. You notice it the more you play. You realize, going blighted, it does make the event cards that much more likely to be brutal for you. But that's unfortunate because that would have been really fun to get through that and no more explore cards. Yeah, it's the other way to lose. That usually isn't relevant at this level. I have never seen a board that full. I've seen boards where it's like you're playing, especially when you play as Ocean solo. I've seen boards where everything's clean. I just never got the right major power to give me range to the inland. And that's kind of a banana situation where it's like cities and towns, but then this is all empty and then you lose. Explorer does not affect coastal lands. Oh, wait, level 3. Explorer does not. Invaders do not act on lands with blight. Would have been super strong. Invaders do not build on lands with Dahan. Would have been strong. Yeah, this one event card was it. We would have been able to make it through. Had that not that given us that one blight. The one blight to. Oh, that's interesting. We would have added the Z's. Oh, that's 2. We would have lost 2 ways because the This is one of those ignore disease cards. So we would actually had a build there, which would have been the 7th build. Like I said, we would have triggered that auto lose condition. 1 per land with invaders. The last one was Fierce Man. 1 fear per land with invaders. Where Dahan outnumber invaders. Towns and cities. I don't think that's anywhere. Oh, it's 1. Yes. Look at me. Look at me, guys. But that's it. That was a goofy game. I think I had the first 2 turns. I find to be so. You'll notice a lot of times in my playthroughs of this game that the first turn I think for a while. So everything's set up, and I'm like blah 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 blah, and then I pull my cards and I just kind of sit, because you really want to map out those first 2 turns, and I put myself in a place in that first turn where I was basically double dipping and taking care of the wetlands. And I think if I had realized that I was doing that and been able to focus my energies elsewhere, I'd have been fine. But the way the cards came out, not having Sands early. Oh, Sands was 3rd. It was, because we were here and here. Now we were here and here. Yeah, it was tough. I think either way. I mean, if we wetlands or Sands would have presented some kind of trouble, but especially the wetlands. I think just getting, maybe not. Just getting over to the coast. I feel like coast is always a problem. Then we get coastal lands. That was probably the dagger. Once coastal lands came up and our presence was all here, and we weren't even able to really get the sacred places there. And then we had to toss out a level 2 card, so we ended up with level 3 even that much quicker. But it was scrappy. I'll tell you what, that was lasted a lot longer than I thought we would. You do see the power of unlocking the 2nd level. We actually made a decent amount of headway through the fear deck. I mean, we got through 10 cards, which is a lot. It's a lot of cards to get through. So got to be happy about that. Wow, like these are some of these player moves are the 4 health worth of invaders. Each player chooses a different land, 2 damage per Dahan. I mean, some of these effects would have been a lot cooler than the fear cards we got, but can't win them all. Bit of a losing streak. Thought fear just might happen a little bit. Again, we played with some very strong spirits early. Thunder Speaker and Fangs especially come to mind. Vital Strength against England is going to always be a tough matchup. It's always going to be a tough matchup because you're just developing so slowly. The other spirit that I think is really going to be hindered by just a slow plotting nature, and you'll see it. I'll be surprised if I win it solo at these levels. Is going to be Serpent slumbering beneath the earth is going to be a tough one for us to really do well. But obviously we'll try it. We'll put it out. Hopefully you guys learned something about Vital Strength and seeing just how far you can really last in this game, even when everything's going badly. I would have loved to have gotten through that last explore card just for again the moral victory, but alas, it was not ours for the taking. And those Englishmen are now ruling our wonderful, beautiful city, town, island, whatever the heck it is. I'm tired. It's late, if you can't tell. But I look forward to comments on this one. It was kind of all over the place. I'm a little longer than the normal Spirit Island for reasons, as we saw. They tend to be longer when you are not doing well, but it's in those moments where you really can learn some of the mechanics of each of your spirits. So there's definitely the value of playing things out to their conclusion if your goal is to get better at this game. But yeah, look forward to comments. I hope everyone enjoyed this. I enjoyed it. I was having a lot of fun with this one, even as I was looking at my sure demise. It's a crazy time out there in the world. Hope everyone is well, and it's nice to be at a time like this, and to have a hobby that I can do like this and share it with everyone. So thank you for letting me do that. Again, questions, comments, epiphanies, please put them below. I will be back next week. We shall fight again. Until then, happy gaming. Thanks a lot.